So before I get started, let me know how many of you have checked for the chart on the XY and goal. How many people have done analysis? How many people have done analysis? Has anybody done analysis for this coming week? Remember, the month of May has ended and we are having a new month right now. Not done yet. And when do you want to do it? Huh? You're supposed to. Weekend is for you to backtest, but I realize some of you are still looking at the BTC USD. You don't have rest. When do you backtest? You want the market to open before you do. Later, after my work. All right. Good and fine. It's always important. Saturdays, you take Saturdays to backtest the market, see what happened, went through the week. If we are getting into a new month, you have to look at the monthly outlook so you have an idea of what is going to happen this coming month. And also, we'll be having to look at fundamentals as well and be prepared of what we have for this coming week. Okay, so looking at this coming week, some of the major high impact news we have. So we have NFP coming out this week. We have NFP coming out this week. So we are going to start with the dollar index. Let's go right away. So the weekly from the monthly analysis right down to the 15-minute time frame. So this is the dollar index. This is the monthly time frame. And looking at the month of May, this is the closure of the month of May. Okay, this bullish candle. And with all of these, we realize that we've been having a ranging market from last year. This particular market from last year, June, dollar index has just been ranging within this. So with the major key resistance and support levels at this 100.5 and 95.4. 95.4 as a support level, 100.5 as the resistance levels. So that's what we've had on the dollar index from this current market that we are looking at. It's been a ranging market, all right? And then also looking at how last month closed. Last month closed bullish. Also as an indecision candle as well. So we've been having back and forth with both the buyers and the sellers. So the previous month candle highs and lows, you just have to identify the previous highs and low because those are the major liquidity levels that the market will be targeting irrespective of what actually happened. And from this monthly time frame, when we had this bearish displacement, so we first of all had a drop base manipulation, then drop, right? So this accumulation zone is supposed to create a nice level for the pullback to continue with the sales. Given that this previous resistance failed to take out this high, all right? So we have this high which has not been taken. Giving us a form of trend line formation at this particular spot. All right, so it means we're creating what? A lower highs and lower lows, lower high, lower lows formation. So possible the market is still having the potential to drop further into this demand zone. This is monthly outlook, all right? This is monthly outlook. So what first we want to see will be, if that should happen, then price should be able to take out this previous monthly high from the month of April, all right, and then possible reacts from this fair value gap, which you can see here, okay, react from this fair value gap, which you can see, and then drop to this level. So this is the sell side liquidity and the buy side liquidity. So we expect a push to this and then drop to this level. This is the monthly outlook to this demand zone. That would be the monthly outlook. Do you have the same view? Do you see something else? So let's go through the weekly time frame. So weekly time frame, we have this previous week high which has not been taken, and then the price also left behind the supply zone. Okay, we have that supply zone there. So expect first, the previous week low has been raided from this point, all right. So sell side liquidity taken from that level, and price is buying from a demand zone. Okay, so what I will expect this coming week will be for a pullback into this level, and then price taking out this buy side liquidity. For this coming week, this is the whole outlook on the dollar index. All right, that will be the whole outlook on the dollar index for this coming week. So I'm just gonna take a screenshot of this. So we go to gold. Let's go to the daily time frame and see. Yeah, so daily time frame we have that, and we have this possible sell zone at this level, and if price can be able to take out this high, then we expect some selling opportunities to come into the market. So this is a possible move on dollar index for this coming week, the new week of June. Let's take a look at gold. Start from the monthly time frame, see what happened in the month of May. All right, so gold on the monthly time frame, we are still very much bullish on the monthly time frame. All right, strong bullish momentum on the monthly time frame. First, after price took out this monthly low, we've seen that we've not been able to take this other one. All right, we've seen a major rejection, closing as an indecision candle in the month of May. And also the previous month of April closed also as an indecision candle. Factors that have been affecting this has been the geopolitical tension in the Middle East. That's what has been happening. All right. So from the money time frame, we identify the previous month highs and lows. All right, which is going to act as our points of liquidity. April low has been rated from that, and then we have the high of April, oh, which means that it is possible for the market to keep on buying from this month of June coming up. So weekly time frame. What can we see on weekly time frame? Now look at this rejection candle from the weekly time frame. What does that indicate? What does that tell you? So this is the previous weekly low. All right, and we have the previous week high here. Good. So with this, when we had this bearish displacement of price from this level, price leaving behind this supply zone, we've not had price coming into it. So the market reacted from this level with this pullback and dropping from there. It was a breakout level which is respected. So this supply zone here has not yet been mitigated. So throughout this month of June, my expectations will be for gold to buy, taking out this low first, which I see here, this low at 4,100 before giving us a bullish momentum after reacting from this demand zone. So I expect this week a push to the upside, drop taking out this low, and then rally back to this supply level. This is going to happen. This will be my expectations for this month of June. All right. That is just the expectations I have. But anything can happen as long as we have the geopolitical tension still going on. We need to understand that anything can happen. So first, for this coming week, this is our previous week low and this is our previous week high, which are actually points of liquidity. All right. So we would expect price to buy into this level before start selling. All right. Let's look at the daily time frame. Okay. So before I continue, if you have any question, you can unmute yourself and talk. You have 1 minute for that. Are we following? All right, let's continue. This is a weekly time frame, and what can we see on the weekly time frame? A daily time frame, sorry, this is a daily time frame. So we have Tuesday candle close bullish and Friday close bullish as well, with a major rejection coming out from the sellers after Monday high was taken, which is actually critical because price not closing above this level bullish, it still shows sellers to have more power to be able to drop the market coming this week opening. But with what we should be expecting would be for price to rally to this supply zone that was unmitigated, so we can have an efficient price action, because from this zone we already had this supply zone mitigated. All right, then we have this one unmitigated. This was a break of structure at that level, and this is the zone that led to the break of structure. That is the zone that led to the break of structure. So this is a previous daily low. Okay, and it is also reacting from the demand zone on the 4-hour time frame. We'll go to the 4-hour time frame. We are going to see that there. So let's go to 4-hour. I'm going to end on the 1-hour time frame. So we see the demand zone here. All right. Another way to be able to mark these things is on the higher time frame, marking the wicks. That's an advanced SMC. When you go to lower time frame, you are just going to see the zone clearly. You need some level of understanding. Now, from this supply zone, there are two things to look out for. This supply zone we have here, we have a breakout level. All right, the supply zone, then levels of imbalance as well for price to fill before dropping. So that is why my expectation for this coming week, so I will want to use the optimal trade entry for that particular sale. So I'm going to use Fibonacci to get the entry from around 78% level. I'll use 78% for my sell entry. So it should be in confluence with the supply zone, the fair value gap, and the breaker block. So that is going to be the sell zone. And then also I'll do that the same for the buy level, which I'll expect price to pull to. At least that's going to be the POI level. I'm going to use that as POI level because it's reacting from the 50% level. So we have a breaker block here as well, and then also a fair value gap, and this is going to be our liquidity for that buy entry. All right, and we'll target this weekly high for our buy side liquidity as well. So expect from Monday, if we can have this, then we'll buy into this sell level. So that is the outlook on gold. All right. So two things can happen. So first, at the opening of the market can decide to drop here before rallying back to the upside, or we can just see a push from here to the upside. And when that happens, most of the times it becomes difficult for you to get that entry. So you will just have to wait for this sell zone to be able to now look for selling opportunities to target your sell zone to be able to target this low at 43.65. Selling from this to target 43.65. The buy target should be from 46.40 upwards. It's possible 46.40 to 46.80. That is all sell zone we're going to be having for this coming week. But I'll be interested to buy first. Before within the week, at the middle of the week, we might be seeing the sales coming from Thursday, Friday. But from Monday, I expect buys to happen. But as it is, anything can happen given that we've had a strip of liquidity here. So the market might decide to drop, create a triple top and drop. So expect anything happening. So that is going to be my outlook for DXY and gold.